everybody, my name is Sonic. Well, you see, 2014 is almost becoming to an end, so then I put some of the intros, so if you don't really know case about this one, so take a look. That's right, folks, it's nearly close to 2015, and some of the reason why is because we're gonna have a brilliant year, and again, yeah, so then, I'm gonna show 2 videos about you guys, about the best moments from January till December 2014, so you guys can join it, and I'm really sorry about to use my iPad and my iPhone again, so in case for, I don't know. So let's have a quick peek from the January till December 2014. So enjoy! So, in January part 1, we've got the first, last epic ending. So, for the first time that we saw the last epic ending on January, we absolutely shocked, feel like, OMG. We actually got the last epic ending for the first time in 2014. I feel like, oh my god, I feel like allergic to scream. So then, part 2 from January is here, so don't worry. In January part 2, Knuckles has got a first epic ending on the main mode. He absolutely shocks and he bashes on the wall, on accidentally. So, the first ever on the epic ending on the main mode would you be on so in the 29th of the January, I think. Yeah, definitely think so, but yeah. Now then, move on to February and see what's gonna happen. So, in February in 2014, Toad absolutely break a leg after when he's got an epic ending. And everybody laughed at Toad because it was absolutely so funny that he actually hurt his knee so much. Some original, everybody thinks it's quite funny, but they never have seen this video before. So, again, yeah. Now then, part 2. So, in February, in part 2, I accidentally been shocked by a Kirby set once we get all the way from Bristol to the Western Supermare. So, basically, we're on the way to the Western Supermare, and I give the mini chocolate S to Tails, and then Tails gives it to me, and then I just turn back and look at the Kirby set and I feel shocked with the fear. So again, yeah. Now then, that's the end of the February, and now let's head over to March and see what's gonna happen. So, in March, in part 1, me and Brody has got the first annoying hit in March 2014. So, basically, we're playing Kirby Return to Dreamland on the main mode, and then suddenly there's the annoying hit comes because this is what happens from many of months ago. And I'm really obviously about, yeah, say original. So then, now let's lovely move on to part 2 about March. So, in March, in part 2, when I saw the humongous wave ever, and while we're going over to the Sandy Base on Devon Cliff, which is on March 2014. So basically, when I see a humongous tidal wave, I'm feeling shocked, and I really can't believe my eyes, because while we're going over to beach, when me and Brody went to, we're just watching some waves crashing to the beach, and then suddenly, while we were middle part of the beach bed, I saw the wave is crashing in the beach for sure. I feel like now that's what I call one of the biggest, ginormous waves I've seen in my life. And again, yeah. So then, March is finished, and now let's move on to the April bit. So, in April, in part 1, me and Noxel has accidentally saw a big bug flying through the other shore in Nan and Granite's house. So, we're here at the garage, and then me and Knuckles absolutely just saw a huge bug just flying for the shore. We absolutely just jumped, and then we're running away, and then we just moved back, but I really don't want to see it. So then, move on to part 2. So, in April in part 2, Dudley Do-Right, Snaggly Whiplash, Nico and Natasha has got a high epic in the main mode, an epic failure so far. It's so really epic, and this is just what happens from the countdown about the top 10 bestest moments in Kirby Return to Dreamland so far. And if you guys want to watch it, just watch down below. It's just so good. So then, April has been cut off, and now let's swiftly move on to May. So, in May, in part 1, we finally found the last epic ending once of all again. It's so really fantastic because we absolutely found the last epic ending, and it's being returned. We finally got it from someone like many of years ago, like months ago, and again, yeah. So then, part 2. So in May, part 2, Snaggly Whiplash and Rigby has found the first high epic in the main mode, an epic failure on Kirby Return to Dreamland. It was just so epic, and we actually just screamed with a fear, and it was so shocking. It was so epic, and this is just what happens from the best moments in 2014 from the countdown on the top 12, of course, by the way. Now then, May has been finished, and now let's literally move on to June and see what's happened. Start from June in part 1. Tails' first reaction for the Subspace Bomb disaster video. End of course. So then, we watched about the Subspace Bomb disaster on the iMac, and it was just so really epic. And imagine if it was in real life, you just run, but don't walk, okay? So then, move on to part 2 and see what's gonna happen. In part 2 in June, when Wario has fired and hits in the roof. It's so hilarious, wasn't it, ladies and gentlemen? Well then, move on to the July, and it ends in the June. So let's move on. In July, in part 1, the seawater actually touched my tongue, and it was taste disgusting, like, and it's really gross. Like, if the seawater is touched to my tongue, it was just disgusting. I meant really. So then, don't taste it, okay? So then, let's really move on to part 2. In July, in part 2, when I saw the butterfly pass through my window, it feels like, OMG, there's a butterfly right into my window, and it looks after that to Kirby. So then, move on to August and see what's gonna happen. Alright, so in August part 1, well, we accidentally pressed the home button, then we accidentally held that hit on accidentally without a music. Like, OMG, we absolutely shocked with a fear. Oh my goodness. My heart was like racing faster, like literally, yeah. So then, part 2. In August, in part 2, we accidentally fell over to the cliff, and the big hits spread over, and we've got an epic fail for the first time ever. If you guys watch it on YouTube, you didn't see it probably. Well, I'm going to post to YouTube right now and see what's going to happen. And again, yeah. So then, it's finally done with August, And now, move on to September. Just 3 more months to go. So, in part 1 in September, Rosie is definitely one to play with me and Brody, and we laughed so hard. And I feel like, did you see that? And then Rosie's like, whoop, 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 when we just saw Rosie Apartments just opens up. And again, yeah. So then, move on to part 2. In September, in part 2, when Diddy Kong and their friends has got a big hit without a hole in the body in the epic fail for the first time ever. So then, basically, they're doing something about the epic failure into something original. So basically, they got a big hit without no sign in the wall. So if you guys want to show a picture of what it looks like, so this is what it looks like. And again, yeah. Well then, I'm going to stop off at the end of the break because, well, when I see with my computer, there's something like rejected video is taking too long, but we're going to make this blitz part from part 1 to part 2, and that will be it. So then, we'll see you in part 2 from till the end of the 2014 till the January to the December. So yeah, we'll see ya. Bye for part 2. Bye.